Hey, welcome back. Episode 7 this week
7.
of the Flexin Nerd Podcast. Hopefully you're enjoying your week. Happy to have you with us.
Hope you weren't out in that heat.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
It's hot right now.
Anyway, we've got a nice episode for you. We've actually got some NFL topics this week, so that'll be fun to talk about. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love basketball, but I feel like that's pretty much... It felt like this was a basketball podcast with other things sprinkled in, not a sports podcast.
Yeah, but we're going to get into other stuff. We've got... Let me see. I think it's 48 days left until the NFL season. Week 1.
Have they released the schedules yet?
I know. Yeah, the schedule's been out.
So we're going to have to evaluate that and make predictions for our teams.
I think we have two options. We can do full guts and do it before the preseason and come up with what we think our teams are going to do. Or we let them play the preseason, see what
they look like.
Make sure there's no major injuries. And before week 1...
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The problem is... Yeah, before week 1... we will go through and we'll predict our teams. Just the Bears and the Niners, because I don't care about anybody else. That's not true. But anyway.
But if you got your favorite team.
Yeah, we'll talk about, we'll see, maybe we'll do what our teams are going to do in like a Super Bowl prediction.
All right.
Before week 1, and that'll be we have to ride with that for the season.
So Patriots versus somebody, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
Screw Tom Brady.
I'm not arguing with you.
So, we've got a couple corrections to start off. One correction, 2 corrections, a call out, 2 call outs, and I think that's it for this little portion. But first things first. So last week, Corey said NFL rookies who are in the NFL.
I said that?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's like 4 touchdown passes throwing the ball.
Yeah. I John Madden did.
Where else would NFL rookies be?
The Euro League.
So anyway, just wanted to bust your balls on that.
That's
okay,
fine.
so the second thing, we were talking about the John Jones fight and how he only has 1 loss on his record.
The disqualification?
Right. And I said technically that wasn't a loss. Actually, technically that's a loss, but he was winning the fight.
I know what you meant.
So he does have a loss.
On technicality, yeah, but I knew what you meant.
He was going to win the fight eventually. And the last
John
thing
Jones,
was,
of course, that's all he does is win, no matter what.
not the last thing, but the last correction I have anyway is I couldn't remember the guy he was fighting. It's Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
He not only did he tear every major ligament in his league, he also broke his fibula. So
any updates on that?
No, I haven't heard anything. He probably can't even have surgery yet because of swelling and stuff. But
probably crying to this day because I know I would be.
Yeah, prayers out to that guy. You had some Barry Bonds facts for us, right?
Yeah. Okay. So buckle up. All right. So
last week we were talking about how good he was.
I'm literally all of these are going to be intentional walks because this is how dangerous of a hitter he was, and I didn't do home runs or anything because obviously the reason steroids.
Oh, steroids? He did steroids?
Yeah. I didn't. Well, maybe. I don't. Did he ever fail a drug test?
No.
I honestly don't know.
No, I don't think
but
he ever failed a drug test.
Look at him.
Okay,
he looks like two different dudes.
So when they started talking about that, right? So what was the big one in 2005? That report that came out, the something report.
I can't remember.
I can't remember the name, but I remember
corrections next week.
Yeah, I'll add that to the corrections when I go back and listen to it. Anyway, so my mom was explaining to me about how the baseball players are going to go to Congress and they're going to talk about people who are doing steroids and lying about it, yada yada yada. And I was like, well, we were talking back and forth about it, and I was like, well, how come nobody talks about the pitcher, Roger Clemens?
Hold on, I wanted to talk about that. Can we talk about how he subpoenaed himself?
Yeah, he did. He went to court on his own.
That's literally like a druggie, like no one's talking about drugs, and they're like, yeah, I don't do drugs. You're like, whoa, time out. Why did you say that?
Right, you do drugs now.
Now I'm 99.9% sure you're on steroids.
But I was like, Mom, look at him. Why is the pitcher so big? She's like, nobody's talking about Roger Clemens is clean.
Exactly. Well, that's not so much that. It's like no one was looking at pitchers.
Right, but he's huge.
Oh, for sure. But like, go look again. Look at Alex Rodriguez when he was in Seattle versus when he was in Texas. Look at Barry Bonds when he played for Pittsburgh.
Loki, I never saw any of his stuff in Texas. I've seen Seattle highlights, and I knew him as a Yankee. I forgot Texas existed.
So, all right. So
Sorry,
these are all going to be intentional walk stats.
Right.
I'll go into deeper detail if people want, but these are the ones it wasn't crazy. So Barry Bonds stats to boggle your mind. This is what I titled it. Right. So intentional walks. The second person on the list is Hank Aaron.
Okay.
Had 293.
That's how many times he was purposely walked.
Mm-hmm. Okay? You want to take a shot at how many you think Barry Bonds had?
For career?
Career.
How many you say?
293 was what Hank Aaron had.
So probably 467.
No.
Close?
No.
Oh.
688 times he was intentionally walked.
Oh my
41
goodness.
of those were with the bases empty. You were so afraid. So, yeah, bases empty. They walked him 41 times.
That's ridiculous.
Okay? And I started that one. So, I actually do have a hitting one. I'll get to that in a minute. There have been 26 seasons where players have been intentionally walked 30 or more times in 1 year. One player's been walked 30 times plus. Right. Barry Bonds has 10 of them.
How many total?
26.
So he's half.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So from 1993 to 2007, he had more intentional walks than the totals of the teams, the Twins, the Rangers, White Sox, Orioles, A's, Blue Jays, Royals, and Tigers. So by himself, between 93 and 07, he was intentionally walked more than the entirety of all those teams I just named. So
put together or just each team?
Each team.
Golly.
And that's a whole division. The Twins, the White Sox, the Royals, and the Tigers, they're all in the AL Central. So he was walked more than an entire division. Purposely walked.
That's bananas.
And then the last one that I will say, and this one shows how good of a hitter he was. Again, regardless of what you want to say about steroids, this shows you that he's a good hitter. If he came back today, he would have to get out over 1,400 times in a row, and his on-base percentage would still be that of Alex Rodriguez.
God damn. So 14, that's 1,400 times without a single hit.
Yeah.
And he would still have the same on-base percentage as A-Rod.
Yep.
God, that doesn't
And he
make
only,
sense.
One more fact that I saw, he only ever struck out 100 times in 1 year, once, and it was his rookie year, in 84.
Do you know how many strikeouts there have been this year?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. See, this is, all right, I know you said something. Your aunt wanted to talk about baseball.
She likes baseball, yeah.
My problem with baseball now, I don't like it because I don't get me wrong. I love baseball. It's obviously one of the big three, and I will sit down. I'm one of those people that can literally sit down and watch a game on TV.
No, I'll pass out.
And there's a lot of people. Exactly. There's a lot of people like I would rather watch paint dry. I understand that, but the little things aren't done anymore. Like sure, it's awesome to see a home run. But it's also nice to see like a sacrifice hit, like a bunt down the line that you're going to get out. I can't remember the last time I
saw a sacrifice bunt.
Or a suicide squeeze, where essentially you bunt and the guy on third steals home. Like you don't see that anymore. All you see is guys trying to just rake it over the fence. And I don't know.
It's analytics though.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know. I miss the baseball I grew up watching.
No, I don't disagree with you, and I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. Is that baseball's changed so much. The only thing
it's you're trying to grab the casual fan.
So here's the thing. There's a interview when the baseball season started. I want to say a couple months ago. I don't remember the player's name. Forgive me. He was on Mike Golick and Mike Golick Jr.'s Golick and Wingo. Thank you. Sorry. And he said, well, he wasn't on the show. They were talking about it anyway. He literally said in his interview, "Baseball's boring. It's a boring sport. That's why people don't watch it." Because he's talking about selling out fields and stuff. And he was like, it's boring. He was one of the top players of that month or week or whatever. And he was like, yeah, baseball's boring. That's why people don't watch. You can't have your own players saying that.
But it is, though. There's and I understand that no one will. I mean, if you go to a baseball game, if you're not a baseball fan, I recommend going to a baseball game.
Going to a baseball game is a lot of fun.
Because you don't realize how long it is. I've been to 2 major league games, and I've been to the Cubs, the South Bend Cubs a couple times. And going to a game, it does not feel as long as it is. Watching it on TV, yeah, it's a marathon. Buckle in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched inning 1 to 9 of a baseball game just because I don't have that much time.
You watch a couple of innings.
Yeah, or like especially if it gets like 7th, 8th. All right, you got me.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah. So or if it's playoffs, but it's different. If you're gonna go to a game, watch a game. The thing that I don't like about baseball now too, like they're all talking about, we need to speed the game, we need a pitch clock. Pitch clock isn't what you need. No. You know what you need? You need to tell these guys to stop stepping out of the plate, stepping out of the box in between each pitch to adjust your gloves.
Hey, who's your favorite baseball player?
Right now, I don't have one.
Of all time.
Oh, Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter? Did you ever watch Derek Jeter at bat, my friend?
Don't talk about the
So I believe literally every at bat, he would step out, adjust his gloves, get back in the box, take a swing.
I mean, yeah, but you're a Hall of Famer. You can do that. You're not a Joe Schmo guy.
I'm just saying.
I understand
favorite baseball player of all time.
Listen, the Cap gets a pass. All right, the Cap gets a pass.
Anyway,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying
where are we going with this baseball talk, Doug?
I don't know. I admit that it is boring, but I love it.
You know, sometimes things you love are boring. Like, I don't think I have anything boring I love.
Probably
anyway,
not.
We're just
was it Clayton Kershaw?
No.
No, Clayton Kershaw that said about the juiced baseballs?
No, that was Justin Verlander.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're just stretching at that point. But, I mean, maybe. Or maybe hitters are just getting better.
I think, but see...
analytics is a huge thing now.
Pitchers are also getting better, though.
Yeah.
It's the whole sport's evolving and changing. When you have a guy like Aaron Judge playing baseball instead of football...
Or basketball, he's huge.
He's 6'7".
Yeah,
he literally would have been the second biggest player in the NFL his rookie year.
Yeah, he's huge.
That doesn't make any sense.
But you love baseball.
But what I'm saying is, you would think that would be more positive.
Yeah.
Your athletes like that are playing baseball instead of basketball.
I think another thing that baseball doesn't do well is they don't... Like, you can sit here and name everyone on your favorite football. You can have, like...
Oh, on a football team or a basketball team, for sure.
But, like, baseball, there's so many interchangeable parts, and it's hard to keep up. And that's not their fault.
And there's not everyday players.
Yeah.
Well, pitchers, I guess, are your only not everyday players. But.
No, they're literally... So, I don't know if you know this, but certain pitchers have certain catchers.
What?
Yeah, so, like...
like Yadier Molina only catches for...
Like, no, other way around. Most of the time, if, like, a pitcher and a catcher, they get each other.
Right.
And maybe if that catcher isn't the starter at all times, he will start for that game because he just knows how to call that pitcher. The catcher is so much more important than the pitcher. It's not even funny because he's the one making all the calls.
Oh.
So
he throws the ball and throws the strikes.
No, he's the one that tells the pitcher what pitch to pitch. What? I mean, most of the time, yeah, you can see him shake it off. But if a catcher and a pitcher are in tune, he doesn't have to because he knows what he wants to throw anyway. See, you don't know baseball, man. I'm telling you.
No, I don't know baseball.
Catchers are
a
good
stick ball.
A good catcher is one of the most undervalued aspects of a baseball game. Yadier Molina, for instance, is a really good catcher because not only can he hit...
Mike Piazza? I know stuff.
No, he's a terrible catcher.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Because he's like...
Also, his name is Mike Pizza.
It's pizza. I don't care what he says. You can throw an extra A in there all you want to. You were born Michael P.
There was
Pizza.
There was a home run derby game I played a lot as a kid, and I always picked Mike Pizza because pizza.
Yeah, I mean you have to.
Anyway,
don't get me wrong, Piazza was good, but as a catcher, no. He was a hitter. He was a good hitter. But
sure.
As a catcher, no.
All right, so
let's get off baseball.
I'm gonna table baseball.
Sure everybody just fell asleep for a little bit.
Well, I was falling asleep. Yeah. I was talking and falling asleep.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's talk. I got a few things to talk about basketball, and then we'll get into the NFL stuff. Let's start with basketball. So. I think it was this last week, but Ben Simmons signed a 5-year, $175 million extension.
Yeah.
Without a jump shot.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, overpaid.
Okay.
You're paying based off potential, which I understand. Because if that kid, and I'll say the same thing about Giannis. If that kid, if they can shoot like 35% behind the 3-point line, I'll even take a consistent 33. 1 out of every 3. That's good. But Ben Simmons is so terrified.
So I have heard a lot about this and questions. My opinion is, so anyways nowadays, superstars aren't lasting their whole contracts. You know what I mean? They're not playing all 5 years, except Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? Like the big stars are asking to be traded and stuff.
Yeah. What
if Philadelphia signed him to an extension?
So he's more trade bait?
Yes.
Yeah. Barring injury, and this is actually something that you texted me about. Remember about Joel Embiid? I'm about to touch it. And I thought about it, and you're right.
Oh, wait.
I thought about it. You're right. I said
that's a subject.
Okay. All right, then we'll talk about it later. That. I feel like if they're looking at it, I would much rather have Joel Embiid than Ben Simmons. But other teams are more willing to trade for a 5-year deal for a guy
who's
Simmons.
not injury prone, who's shown flashes of great potential.
Don't get me wrong, I like Ben Simmons.
I don't.
But
that's only because he was so unbelievably hyped.
Is it because of the whole LeBron James comparison?
Yes.
Which is the dumbest comparison ever. So you compare him to the second greatest player of all time?
Yeah.
That's literally like people doing the same thing a decade ago to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So now LeBron James is the new one? Shut up. I don't like. I like that he's long and he's big, but he doesn't play like a long. He's literally like a Kevin Durant again without being able to shoot.
Right. The athletic. He is absurdly athletic
for 6'10", right?
6'10".
Let's just say it. He's a 7-footer.
Sure.
2 inches. Come on. So
I'm not going to go there.
Yeah,
anyway.
So he's a 7-footer. So he's a 7-footer that plays point guard, which
and
is
his
incredible.
passing ability is ridiculous.
Then you said defense, and he can get to the basket, obviously, because he takes 2 steps, he's there.
Right.
But if I would play defense on him the same way that people started playing defense on Rajon Rondo. I'm going to give you 6 feet, man.
Oh, yeah, they've done it. They've done it in the playoffs, and because they were doing that, his coach actually put him in the rebound man position. So he wasn't even bringing the ball up anymore.
Why would you? Yeah.
Because he's going to be there for putback dunks because that's all he can do.
Exactly.
So I think it's a good deal because, if
when it doesn't work.
No. I'm not talking about not working. I'm talking about in 2 years, if he improves or whatever, you're going to have to pay him more money because the max salary is going to go up. So you lock him in early. And if it doesn't work out, you can trade him, and somebody will give you a boatload for him.
I mean, I get it.
Somebody like this.
Here we go.
You ready for this?
Yep.
The Thunder.
No, you're not
trade
getting Chris Paul.
Chris Paul to the Sixers. They give him picks.
You're not getting anything for Chris Paul.
I agree.
And I'll tell you why.
I don't think it's realistic. I'm just telling you what I've heard people say.
He's a geezer with a gross contract.
Chris Paul's going to come up later in the podcast, by the way.
Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about him because Chris Smooth did a video on him.
No.
And I agreed with everything he said.
All right, well, we'll talk about it.
So, yeah, I get it. There was a lot of money to pay him, but either way, it's a good move. Because you pay him, and he doesn't work out, you trade him. You pay him, and it works out.
You got a cheap
and you got
contract.
him for 5 years.
A cheap relative compared to what other people are making.
Make like $30 million a year.
Isn't it?
I think I did the math.
What's 5 times 170? Divided by 170.
Yeah, it's like 32 a year.
All right, that's a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, dog, it's a lot.
My math is very poor.
It's like a lot of money. I literally did the math as the Bleacher Report came on my phone. I was like, all right, now I need to know.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's not 32 flat. It'll be like
probably,
25 and then 27. Yeah. But in retrospect, looking at it from every angle, I think it's a good deal.
So you're not willing to trade Chris Paul for Ben Simmons?
No. If I'm the 76ers. Because that's a lot of money you got to take on, and
but
you're going to be paying what?
He shoots at point guard.
Yeah, I'm not saying from a team perspective you wouldn't improve because he's a point guard that can shoot. It's just I'm looking at it financially.
Sure,
you are pigeon-toed at that point.
Oh yeah, you're stuck with it if you do it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good move. But if as a Thunder, if you can pull that off,
you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is a mouthful.
You give the GM of the year every year.
Forever. How about another proposed trade then? So I was listening to Eddie House. I don't remember what show it was. But Eddie House
former basketball player Eddie House?
Yes, former basketball player Eddie House. Former Miami Heat player. And he was around the league a lot. But anyway.
I mean, but him and Celtics is the only team I ever remember.
Right. I think it was the odd couple. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker. Odd couple. Fox Sports 1. Anyway, he said the Warriors should trade D'Angelo Russell to the 76ers for Ben Simmons.
So you never interview him ever again.
Okay.
Why am I trading a shooter for somebody that can't shoot?
No.
This is the same, but I also have heard that the Warriors are going to chase after Giannis.
Who isn't going to chase after Giannis?
Yeah, but he doesn't fit your team dynamic.
Listen. So
I'm not trying to take anything away from Giannis. It literally doesn't fit.
Let me just wait a second.
All right, go ahead and put the trade.
So D'Angelo Russell for Ben Simmons.
Straight out?
I'm sure there's excess and bullshit, but I don't know.
Who gives up more? The Warriors, right?
Have to. You have to give up more because you're trading for a potential superstar. Listen though. So let's say the Warriors offer D'Angelo Russell and Draymond Green. So now you have another 6'10" ball handler like Draymond Green, who's younger and plays defense just as well, to be Steph Curry's pick and roll partner. He can't shoot as well, but he's a better passer and he's way more athletic. So now you have somebody who, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are on the wing. The lane's wide open for Ben Simmons to go jam it. It's not as dumb as you think.
No, it fits. I just don't like it.
I don't either because I would be upset.
I'm so happy that we're back to duos in the NBA now.
I agree. I like the duos.
It actually brought. Once I heard that Kevin Durant was leaving the Warriors, I'm so much more interested in the NBA now.
Batman and Robin. There are legitimately like 10 teams who think they could win the whole thing this year.
This year, it's open. The couple years before that, I mean, it was just Warriors and whoever could meet them.
The Warriors and wherever LeBron was.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
Because he went to 9.
And then even then this year wasn't really his fault.
No.
If those Lakers teams stay healthy and they meet that beat up Warriors team in the playoffs, they win.
The who?
The beat up Warriors.
Yeah.
And the Lakers. If the Lakers
stay healthy.
If the Lakers stay healthy,
Lakers are healthy,
yeah.
absolutely.
Because Houston implodes every year, and they're going to do it again. Because that's what James Harden does best.
Come on. Hey, speaking of, that's my next thing. We call that a segue, folks. Speaking of the Rockets.
Well, an accidental segue.
Yeah, but I'm sneaky like that.
Well,
okay, so the Mike D'Antoni, the head coach of the Houston Rockets.
Don't like him. Go ahead.
He said his style of play can win championships.
Tell me when you won one. I'll wait.
You will wait a long time.
Because you didn't win one in L.A.
He didn't win one in New York. He didn't win one in Phoenix. And he didn't win one in Houston. So the thing that people keep bringing up is...
I'll give him a pass on the Knicks.
Because the Knicks are garbage?
Well, because Carmelo was never going to fit into your scheme.
Neither was Kobe. And neither was Dwight Howard in L.A.
Oh, minor segue. Did you see what he said?
Who?
Dwight Howard?
That he wasn't gay?
No, that he wasn't soft.
He wasn't soft.
Then he said he came out, they interviewed him, and he said that for the longest time he hated Kobe because he called him soft.
Right.
And he said, but now he understands what he's saying. And all I can think of, no, you're still soft. Like a teddy bear.
Yeah, no, Dwight Howard's soft.
Like a plushy teddy bear.
Stop saying the word plush, though.
Plush? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because Dwight Howard, you know what it is? He's trying to reverse his image.
Oh.
So nobody can take you seriously. You know the reason? So the whole background story, one of the background stories is the reason why the whole Dwight Howard in L.A. didn't last was because after a playoff loss, Dwight Howard was in the locker room laughing, yucking it up. And if anyone knows, you can't laugh around Kobe when you win, let alone when you lose.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake.
Kobe doesn't like to lose. That's the thing about good players. They don't like to
anyway,
lose.
let's talk about back to Mike D'Antoni. So what bugs me, right?
Everything because you hate Mike D'Antoni like I do.
I don't hate him that much. Don't high five me. I didn't want to high five. All right. So the thing that bothers me is people keep talking about, oh, it definitely can win a title. He had players get ejected from the Sun series because they left the bench. Not necessarily his coaching style. New York, same excuse. And Houston was, one win away from going to the championship and possibly winning.
What about LA then?
Yeah, LA notwithstanding. So here's my problem, right? Is that first of all, they say they should have won the series against the Warriors when they were up 3-2. Well, no, you shouldn't have. They're saying, well, if Chris Paul played, they would have won. I still don't think so.
No.
Because that Warriors
team... Chris Paul can't win you titles.
But not even so. So let's say Chris Paul doesn't get hurt. You still missed 27 three-pointers in a row. Chris Paul wouldn't let that happen. Chris Paul's not a shot maker.
Right. What's Chris Paul going to do? Tell
Make
everyone
a
to stop
mid-range?
shooting it? Tell everybody to stop shooting it?
Yeah, I don't know. The idea that, I could win title. Well, if you could have, I think you would have. You've had talented teams. And B, what happened last year?
You had a two-time reigning MVP in Steve Nash.
Okay.
That Suns team was good, though.
That's not
better than, No. You already know how I feel about Steve Nash. Those two MVPs he won shouldn't have won. Anyway.
He can win one.
No. Absolutely not. Go look at the stats between him and Kobe Bryant that year. Kobe Bryant should have won MVP. Are we going to do this? Yes.
Go look at the stats for LeBron D. Rose. This first year in Miami.
We all know why LeBron didn't win.
We know why Kobe didn't win.
Don't go there.
Colorado.
Don't break my heart. Yeah.
Colorado. Anyway,
don't break my heart. Like that.
Mike D'Antoni, I think I respect what he's done for the game. I think
I don't. I hate his play style. He's like, all right, we're not going to play defense. We're just going to outscore you. That's whack. When does that ever work? Name one time that worked.
Oh, say can. What I'm saying is the three-point shot and the offense he brings has improved the NBA, in my opinion. I agree. You need to play defense. Defense wins championships. Also, let's assume they beat the Warriors. Who's going to guard LeBron James?
Right.
And that's the same LeBron that dropped 51 on the Warriors. If LeBron comes into a Rocket series with that mentality, I'm sorry, Houston, you're not winning.
If the Lakers make the playoffs, it's a lot more interesting this year.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, I was talking about back in 2017.
Who cares?
That's
Mike D'Antoni is not winning a title, and I said this. I said this when he got another job after the Knicks. I said after he got another job after the Lakers. Why do you keep hiring Mike D'Antoni like he's something good?
His teams are fun to watch, and it puts people in the seats.
But what doesn't it get you?
It makes you money.
What doesn't it get you?
It makes you money.
If that's all you care about as an owner, and then I understand that. But you know what's better to me than money? a legacy.
Sure. The Houston Rockets are going to have a decent legacy.
Yep. A bunch of losing in the playoffs. That is a good legacy to have.
Maybe they won't this year.
No, they're
I don't think they're going to go very far.
No. What's their answer for LeBron and AD and Boogie? If Boogie comes with 75%, ain't nobody touching that team. They win a title this year.
He's already down 15 pounds. He looked good, dog.
I'm telling you. And if they're smart, they don't. I know I said this last week, and I feel like this is if Frank Vogel is. Never mind. If LeBron James is a coach, is smart. What happens is
Boogie sits.
Boogie does not play back-to-backs.
Nah.
Boogie does not start until half the season's over, and that way he's rested for the playoffs. And if he gets hurt, then he's done. Period.
It's over.
But a healthy Boogie going into the playoffs.
Oh my God!
So you have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and
DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie.
Oh God!
It's over, dog.
It's exciting.
And that's not even talking about everyone else on that Lakers team. Which, by the way, I am very impressed with the team that they put around.
It's a good team,
them.
man.
It's a scary team.
It's a good team.
LA might be, and this is a good time. Mamba, if you're listening, come out of retirement.
You don't want that. You don't
come
want
out
that.
of retirement.
You don't want that.
And just catch assists from LeBron and just hit mid ranges, average like 10 off the bench, get a 6th ring, and then we could talk about stuff.
Let's talk about playoffs.
No, can we talk about how I would lose so much respect for Kobe Bryant?
You would hate it.
He wouldn't be. I wouldn't be a fan anymore. Really, everyone knows what you're doing now.
Right. He's rather win Oscars. Anyway, so let's talk about playoffs real quick. This is another segue. So Mark Jackson in last year's playoffs said if Joel Embiid is healthy, and he said barring injury, if Joel Embiid keeps up this level of play, we should talk about him when he retires as an all-time great. Now, people lost their minds. His Stan Van Gundy, who he was doing the show with,
and I admittedly I was one of them in the beginning.
Yeah, he was. Stan Van Gundy was like, "You pump your brakes," or "How dare you," and went off on a tangent about the all-time greats and stuff, which is fine.
No, it's not fine, because that was one of the problems I had with it. Because he threw Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell in there. They're not an all-time great. They played in the 50s, and they were one of the 50s and 60s, and they were both of them were the only 7-footers in the league.
At a time, I think the only black people in the league.
And in the time when you could literally just stand in the paint the whole time.
I agree.
This is literally like saying Babe Ruth is the best baseball player of all time. No, he's not.
People believe that.
I did some research because me and Mo, I know we talk about Mo all the time. We are going to have to convince that man. I'll pay him $20. Get him on here. We were talking about him, and we did some research. You know the average fastball back then, at its most,
75?
85 miles an hour.
I 100% believe that.
There are people that throw sliders faster than that now.
Curveballs.
Yeah, and I don't think they were throwing curveballs back then.
Whoa, my brain just did a thing. Hold on. We're talking about pitchers throwing fastballs. What the fuck ever happened to Steven Strasburg?
He's still around.
With who?
He doesn't have the Nationals?
Still?
Yeah.
He
doesn't have that pop anymore because he had that surgery he had, but he's still getting it done.
I remember I watched his first game.
It was good.
Like,
he had a lot of hype around him, but one injury, man, that's baseball.
Yeah, I was watching. I read about him coming up, and I was like, oh damn, he throws 103 miles an hour all the time. His curveball's 87 miles an hour.
I have an interesting story for you, and we'll get back to
Mark Jackson.
Whatever. Trevor Hoffman, one of the best closers of all time.
I've heard of him.
He did not play. He did not pitch until the minor, like he got drafted, because his dad told him. His dad said, "You're not allowed to pitch in high school or college because they will burn your arm up," and that is absolutely true. If you can pitch and if I ever have a son, if you ever have a son and he wants to play baseball, do not let him pitch, because coaches will burn his arm up, and then by the time he's at the major league level, he's already got way too much mileage on that arm. And if you tear that ligament in your elbow and you get Tommy John, it's a wrap.
So my question is, how come Tommy John hasn't improved the way ACL surgery has?
It's because it's the motion. When you flick a curveball, it's all your elbow. You know what I mean? Like you can build that ligament up. I just think it's the way you flick your elbow when you pitch. It's not the same. Maybe eventually, I do think Tommy John, people bounce back faster now, and they can get about 85%. Maybe in a couple years, maybe 5-10 years, maybe Tommy John will be the new ACL. But it's the mechanics behind pitching.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
so maybe we shouldn't have pitching anymore? We should just
everyone
have
hit off the tees?
Oh. Hey, speaking of hitting off tees, did you see Giannis take his first swings with a baseball bat?
I didn't want to talk about it. But
it was bad.
Back to Mark. Okay, so
Mark Jackson.
When you first sent me that clip this week, I watched it and I was like, "Oh, you're out of your mind." Blah. I did my typical ranting and raving.
He did rant and rave, and I was ready. I was ready.
The longer I think about it, he wasn't saying tomorrow.
Right.
That's what I think. That's what people are saying. Like, if they're literally like, "Oh, if he plays one more year like this," no, he's like saying it when all is said and done and his career's over.
He plays 15 years.
Yeah,
and
that's
plays
what they're
at
saying.
This level, wins an MVP, wins a championship.
I definitely think you got to throw it. Even if he doesn't win a ring, he's better than Barkley. You know, again, like if right now, I'm saying like if he plays the way he is right now, better than Barkley, way better than Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the most overrated people in all time.
Who? Patrick Ewing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we? Let's do that. Let's do that next week. Let's do top 10 list of most overrated players in sports.
All sports?
Or pick one. We'll do one. We'll do basketball.
Start with basketball. That's interesting.
Since we talk about basketball all the time anyway.
We do. I mean,
let's keep the trend up.
All right, we can throw that in.
I mean, football. We already know one of yours. It's Tom Brady.
I hate Tom.
Basketball. You already know one of mine. It's Patrick Ewing. Where he lands on the list, though. You have to tune in.
That's how do some research.
That's how you bring people back.
That's how you draw them in.
Anyway,
I like it.
Joel Embiid. He shoots better than your point guard.
Yeah.
He plays defense. He covers the rim. He can rebound fairly well.
He's a pretty good rebounder. 10, 12 rebounds.
He doesn't have like a...
His face up to the basket game is best in the NBA right now.
But he doesn't have... Like, he's not going to come down the court and that's all he's going to do. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just tee off on one thing. He can nail threes. I mean...
The potential is there.
Like I said, and I'm eating crow, and
it makes me sad because I was so ready to just berate you for 20 minutes, but you came in, you already changed your mind.
I thought about it, and I really, I analyzed it, all the things that he does well, barring injury. So he's a center, right?
Yes.
Top 10?
Could be.
I'm not going to put him above the big three.
No, of course not.
Nobody can touch Shaq, Hakeem, and Kareem, to me. Nobody.
I agree. I'm not going to argue.
But number 4... Here's my problem.
It's all based on potential, though. He has to stay healthy.
Yeah. This is what ifs.
But that's what he said, though, because Stan Van Gundy went off the deep end, and everybody, if you go listen to all the sports talk from around that time when that clip came out, everybody was like, "I can't believe Mark Jackson would say this. How is he putting this much pressure on the kid?" Or blah blah blah.
Pressure. He's already an NBA superstar. Pressure's not going to go any higher now.
Right. I'm just saying, people were just
he clearly cares about the game because a grown man crying about losing in the playoffs, man.
That could be a huge thing. If he loses some weight so his knees aren't as bad and he eats like a real person instead of eating, gumbo or whatever gives him the...
Looking at you, Zion.
Oh, my goodness, the gumbo.
Do you hear Krzyzewski came out and said...
Yeah, he shouldn't have played at all.
Said he's out of shape. He shouldn't even have been
to Summer League.
To his what else
credit.
did he say? Not only
Mentally.
should he not have been... No. Not only should he have been at the Summer League, he shouldn't have been... He said something else, too, but...
But what Coach K is saying is, I think he's, A, sticking up for his guy.
Yeah.
And B, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
John Morant didn't play. And I know he was in better shape than Zion.
Yeah.
And I'm not... Again, Zion is a freak of nature.
Maybe they're convinced that Jaws is fine.
They might be.
He doesn't need to play...
NBA preseason's coming up. Maybe he'll play a couple preseason games.
My thing about Zion, just be careful, man. Because the hype can eat you alive. We've seen it happen time and time again.
Time and time again.
You might be one of them people that comes out like Lonzo Ball. Remember what Lonzo Ball was in 2K the year he came out? Bro, if you started Lonzo Ball, if you started this like a franchise mode with Lonzo Ball in it before the updates came out that year, he was so broken by year 2 or 3.
Good ass player.
And then if you played after that, he was like 73 overall.
Yeah, they cut him in half.
But I think people are gonna look at him like that.
Bash on Lonzo Ball. I'm telling you, that kid is good, bro.
I don't have a problem with Lonzo Ball. I don't.
His father.
Yeah, and his brothers. I'm so tired of hearing about LaMelo and LiAngelo.
You don't hear about LiAngelo. Don't lie.
Donatello and
LaMelo is going to go play professional basketball, though, and I think that is good for him. Like real, not the Latvian bullshit.
Okay.
He's actually going to a legit...
Is he going to play both ways, or is he just going to stand in half court?
We're going to find out.
Because I'm tired of... I'm tired of this clapping this kid on the back when all he's done is played scrubs.
He played in the Drew League.
What did he do?
Last week.
What did he do?
He looked pretty decent. Trae Young ate him alive, but he
of course he
tried.
Trae Young. I like Trae Young.
I don't.
Hard to look at.
Hard to look
and
at.
I'm not the best looking fella, but I don't have the chin thing going on.
Trae Young looks like when you get a paintbrush and you don't clean it right, and your hair does the paintbrush does that thing. That's what his hair does.
Yeah.
No offense. Kind of offensive. But
I still like Trae Young though. I like his game, how it evolved over the year.
He played really well the second half of the year.
I'm definitely glad that he didn't win Rookie of the Year because he didn't deserve it.
I saw this question. It was for the next 3 years, 5 years, and 7 years.
Okay.
For the next 3 years, would you take Kawhi Leonard? Would you take Joel Embiid for the next 5, or Luka Doncic for the next 7?
Luka.
Wow, you said that without any hesitation.
Yeah.
So Kawhi's gonna win a title in the next 3 years.
No.
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 Yeah, probably.
He's gonna win one, right?
I think LA.
As long as
LA's got it locked right now.
As long as the Lakers win the first one, LeBron's set. If he doesn't, it's a problem. But that's
I still don't like that Nike won't allow him to change his number. That's so stupid.
They made 1.5 million LeBron Lakers jerseys in all 14
Speaking of which,
jerseys.
Speaking of Nike real quick. Can we talk about Nike real quick? Just a real
I guess, dog.
You know they're countersuing Kawhi?
Yeah, for the claw.
That's so stupid.
Why?
That's his logo.
It's not, though.
Is it? Yes, it is.
Did
you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's his logo. You can't change one tiny little thing. But no, the problem with it is back in 2014 when he was partnered up with them.
Yeah. The problem is he went with New Balance.
No, who cares? The problem is
people who wear shoes.
When they copyrighted it, when they wrote a copyright, they left him off. Did you know that?
Okay, but yeah, so
his logo, and Nike was like, "No, it's ours now." That's not shady to you.
They submitted a bunch of presentations. Look, I don't care. I hope Nike loses.
I hope Nike loses, and I'm a Nike fan. I got Nike shoes on my feet right now.
Nike hat.
I do have a Nike hat.
Is it a Nike hat?
No, it's not.
It's not a Nike hat. Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
So, I got something that I think you're not ready for this.
Did you have a call out for me, by the way, real quick?
Oh,
save that.
Wow, yeah.
I got called out on the Facebook page.
Yeah, for your avatar quotes.
I stick by I don't care.
But shout outs, if you want to talk trash, the Facebook place is a place to go.
No, let's be honest. If you want to talk trash about me, not about you, about me. You know what? I'm the one that mans the Facebook page, so I'll argue with you all day and all night.
But be nice, because they're not me.
I was very respectful.
I know, I saw. I'm just saying,
I'm not, especially if you know them. No, I was respectful.
You were very good. But what I'm saying, he was.
I could have been a lot meaner than that. I could have been like, "You're dumb," but she brought up good points. It is a very beautiful movie.
It is fantastic.
Take that away. Take it away.
So what am I going to watch? Stick figures? Doesn't make sense.
No, make it a subpar animated movie. Or take it away. Make it just a regular people movie, and tell me more about that storyline. Tell me more.
The storyline's fine.
No, it's terrible.
Unobtainium. That's not story.
How about how they put their tails and everything? No, I don't want to hear it. It's stupid. You can't. Okay, so when they're trying to find their little mini birds, right?
They're dragons.
Whatever. Okay. And then they look at him and he goes, "Yeah, no one's ever been able to tame that." Immediately you were like, "Oh, he's gonna fucking do it." That wasn't stupid to you?
I didn't see it coming.
I saw it from a mile off.
That's because you...
I was like, okay, so clearly he's going to hop on that right when he fucking needs to.
That's because...
And he's going to take down a goddamn helicopter.
That's because it's the way you watch movies.
Why? Because I fucking analyze them?
You don't go to watch a movie. You go and you're like, well, that set was 3 degrees off center. Like, you don't just watch the movie.
I will suspend belief.
You won't.
Yeah, I will. I'm a Star Wars fan.
Star Wars is amazing.
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying I can. I'm showing. I like superhero movies. Are there dudes out there that can fly?
I'll start shitting on that game, dog. We'll do this.
No, please don't. Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm literally saying I can suspend belief
when you want.
When
I
want to. Not when I want to, but when it makes sense to. Like the whole movie, as soon as I sat down, I genuinely tried to enjoy it. I went into it. I was like, "This movie is beautiful." Like the CGI, especially for the time. It not only does that movie beautiful then, it stands up now, and I won't watch it for obvious reasons. I'm not going to waste my time.
Whatever.
But you watch it now, and I guarantee it's just as beautiful as anything else you'll see.
Oh, for sure, it's a fantastic music.
But
movie,
stupid movie.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
That's like saying Titanic's a good movie. It's Romeo and Juliet on a boat. Tell me more. They fall in love in
we can do
not even 3 days. It's like 2 days.
We can do that with everything.
No.
Yes, you can.
James Cameron admitted the only reason he made that movie was he had an excuse to go down and look at the Titanic. How am I supposed to expect that movie to be well made when he literally comes out and says that?
What I'm saying is, you can make any movie. Oh, well, it's just this and this.
No, it's literally Romeo.
Lion King is Hamlet.
They didn't love each other.
Lion King is Hamlet.
It is Hamlet.
Okay, but
well, since we're on that, and then you texted me,
yeah.
People are shitting on it for being the original.
Yeah.
What more did you want from that movie?
Wait, I don't know if you heard all that. What he said was people are bashing the new Lion King movie because it's almost a shot for
They're
shot
saying it's
remake.
the same thing as when we were kids. Yeah, that's what we wanted.
Right, 100%.
What did you want?
I want to go see the movie more now.
Yeah, all you did was motivate me to go see it.
I'm gonna go see it. I'm just shove popcorn in my mouth. Anyway,
Circle of Life.
All right, no, we're not singing.
Oh,
so I've got
You don't want to make their ears bleed.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Our voices do that enough already. Anyway, so I sent you this thing earlier this week. I have a take that I'm not sure you're ready for.
Probably not.
Okay, so you know my opinion on where we rank LeBron and Kobe and Jordan and all these people, right?
No.
I know how I feel about Kobe.
No, number 1 and number 2 are obvious.
Sure, but Kobe isn't.
Kobe's still in the
high.
top 10.
He's in the top 10, but he's not 3. You know what I'm saying?
You can't put him above Magic or Kareem.
No, but what I'm saying is this.
I'd put him above.
I've always said, for me, the biggest bash on Kobe Bryant is he's just a lesser Michael Jordan. And for me, if I can pick one, why would I pick the guy who's a lesser version? You know what I'm saying?
Because he was our Michael Jordan?
No, just because they're literally the same player.
Well, I'm saying literally what we had. Michael was gone. Who did we have?
Kobe stepped up and took that role. That's fine.
He picked up the mantle and ran with it.
Hear me out.
And now it's LeBron's mantle to hold.
Anyway,
and so
here's my thing. If Kobe, let's say LeBron retires in 4 years. Okay?
I think I can see that.
LeBron will have played a 21-year career or something.
No.
Yeah, he's going into year 17.
No, I think he might play one more year after the Laker contract's over.
That's fine. That's 4 years. He's got 3 years left on his deal.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
right.
So let's
Why do I feel like he's already been a Laker for like 5 years?
Yeah, I don't know. Because he's been in the news all the time. In this imaginary world I have, Kobe Bryant comes into the league after LeBron. Exact same career. Kobe Bryant goes down as the second best player of all time and not LeBron. The reason we don't rate Kobe as high, we as a society,
because he came too soon after
because
Michael?
he was too soon after Jordan. He's literally like I said, a less version of Jordan. So when you see it, your eyes have already seen something doing it better. Yep. So if we would have had 25 years between Kobe and Jordan, I bet people say Kobe's the greatest of all time.
I can't believe you just said that. I never thought I would. That is a very good take. You heard it here first.
It popped in my head.
No, that is a very good point. It is too soon. We had Kobe too soon.
Like literally, and they played.
Good job, Kobe's parents.
Right. Now, granted, obviously, if he played later, he doesn't have Shaq. Things might go differently. I'm saying if you,
I don't think if he, because let's be honest. And I know I say, Kobe doesn't win.
He'll win 2.
Yeah.
In my
maybe
opinion,
3.
He might have got a 3rd. That last title run, he was one of the big contributors.
So I hate, this is the thing that Kobe Bryant haters always point at, is that he was carried to 3 titles. And those 3 people clearly didn't watch those, because yes, Shaq had a killer finals. You know who else had a killer finals? Title 2 and 3? Kobe Bryant.
No, absolutely.
He wasn't carried when he scored 25 and 25.
I do. I will bring that up to piss you off, but I recognize that he was not.
No, you don't really do it. But people do.
People do hold that against him a lot.
Go look at comments and anything about Kobe Bryant. That's what they. Well, he was carried by Shaq at the beginning. Yeah, well, you're an idiot because you don't know what you're talking about.
But I think let's say he didn't play with Shaq in this hypothetical scenario, but he still wins 5 titles.
I still think he wins at least 3.
But I'm talking about in this
world.
He wins 5 titles.
He literally has the same career just later.
And I guarantee you, people talk about him in the same, not the same breath. They might say he's better. Because who knows how it is then?
Better than who?
Jordan. They might. I know he doesn't have the titles, but I mean,
he still went. He went more than Jordan.
He did more. He scored more points. He went to more titles.
I will say this. I do think if Kobe doesn't break down, his body doesn't break down at the end of his career, I do think we're talking about LeBron chasing Kobe
instead of Jordan,
instead of Kareem. I think if
in points,
if Kobe stays healthy the last 3 or 4 years that he's in the league, I think he's number one.
Because Kobe only needed to average like 18 or 20 or something at the end of the career.
Well, his Achilles blew up.
Yeah, and then he just had too much mileage.
It was over, dog. Yeah, it was over. That's the only downside to coming straight out of high school is by the time you're 35, 36, you've been in the league almost 20 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Which, again, shows how great LeBron James is.
Yeah.
Because he's been hurt, in my memory, bad one time, and it was last year. And people want to talk about, who is
Skip.
it? Wants to shit all over LeBron. It's one time in a long career. So, and let's expand upon that.
Yes,
Not only has he been in the league since he was 18, look at all the playoff minutes. He went to 8 straight finals?
8 straight finals, or 9.
Not to mention, in between that, he was also doing USA basketball.
So in just playoff minutes, he's added 3 full NBA seasons in playoffs, which is way different than NBA regular season.
Right.
And he went to 3 Olympics and USA basketball.
Yep.
He's played a lot of basketball.
And you can say all you want, but that's impressive.
Yeah, and this year off is going to be helpful. So I want to transition to... we got a segment for Bullshit Skip Bayless says it's kind of going to be different this week because Skip Bayless has been on vacation. But I found a suitable replacement. His name is Ryan. So Ryan Hollins has been on ESPN with Max Kellerman because Stephen A. is gone on vacation this week. So instead of Bullshit Skip Bayless says, it's Bullshit Ryan Hollins says.
Right.
So I don't have a jingle for that because his name doesn't flow, but you get what I'm saying. So the first thing he said, now, my first initial reaction to this was, I'm going to come out and say wrong, but I want to see the way you react, okay?
Okay.
So he said, CP3 is a bad fit with the Lakers. That's correct. That is wrong. But he said, if we're talking about the Hornets, Chris Paul, who put up 35, 15, and 8 every night, then we would have something.
When did he ever do that?
Exactly. When was Chris Paul
Paul's
ever
never scored like that.
Bro, I went back and looked it up. He actually had, I looked at the 06-07 season. I think that was his last year.
Did he have a span?
Bro, there was like 10 or 12, 35 plus, 15 plus.
Okay, but what did he average that year?
So his best career average was 22, 11, and 5.
Shut the hell up.
So I'm going to give
You can't base somebody off a span. You want to go off a span? James Harden's the greatest scorer of all time. You want to go off a span.
But people have said that. Now, I agree they're wrong. But what I'm saying is, my initial impression was the same as yours. I literally stopped the video and laughed for 30 seconds because that's outlandish. His best, like I said, the best season he ever had in New Orleans, the full season was 22, 11, and 5. 22 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. Okay?
Which is still a good year.
It's good. It is not 35, 15, and 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he had a few games in those seasons where he did put up numbers like that.
Sure.
But the where he went wrong was he said every night.
Exactly.
And that's stupid, Ryan Hollins. Okay, the other thing he said a couple things insane. The next thing he said was...
He's upper echelon, Skip Dumb.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yes.
He said at 70%...
Here we go.
Kevin Durant can still be considered the best player in the NBA.
70%.
Yeah. Do you know how much better that would make him than anybody else?
Right. He's like Super Saiyan level compared to everybody else, just regular noobs.
So if Kevin Durant at 70% is still in the conversation, meaning I would say top 3, right?
I think Kevin Durant is the best in the league right now.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy.
Right. He said 70% would still be the best player in the NBA.
He's an idiot. Because 70%, he's not touching LeBron, he's not touching Kawhi.
He's not... Giannis, Steph, go down the list.
I'm still not ready to put Giannis up there, dog.
AD.
Okay, yeah, him. But I'm not ready to put Giannis up there. I feel like everyone's boarding the Giannis train way too soon.
I'd rather get on it sooner than get run over by it later.
I like watching him play, don't get me wrong, but I'm not ready to put him above anybody. Like the ones we just named.
You're not putting him in the top 10?
No, he's in the top 10, but he's in the top 5.
Fine, I'm not putting him in the top 5. I was just listing players that came into my brain.
Yeah.
The other thing...
So 70% Kevin Durant is not better than Giannis.
No, that's an insane thing to say. The next thing was he said this sentence, and I don't think you're ready for this.
And he said it with a straight face, too, didn't he?
Dog, straight face, and he was confident as all hell.
I'm nervous.
He said, Paul George and Kawhi are the 2 best defensive forwards of all time.
Of all time. You don't remember Scottie Pippen?
He said
How old is this man?
I don't know. He played in the NBA 12 years.
Oh, so he was probably played alongside.
No, he's younger. He played with like Kyrie and LeBron and them. He's played recently. He just retired like 2 years ago.
Why did he retire?
Because he was the 12th man. He was garbage.
So you're garbage.
Okay, but what else?
I mean, granted, I can't say you're garbage because I've never made it to the NBA.
Kawhi in 7 years, if he continues to play this level of defense, I'll put him in that conversation.
He ain't better than Scottie Pippen, though.
I'm not saying he is, but he can go up there. His defense is unbelievable.
There's other small forwards that I can think of that aren't like greats of all time that were Bruce Bowen. Remember what Bruce Bowen
is an all-time defensive player.
Dog, all time. Like if you're building an all-time defensive team, he's on it.
He's on the team.
And if he's not on it, you don't know basketball.
Bruce Bowen's unbelievable.
Dog.
Look, LeBron James guarded MVP Derrick Rose in the playoffs.
Younger LeBron James? Sure.
Okay, so he said, I don't get as angry about Kawhi because Kawhi has the potential to be in the conversation.
I do think when
George?
When all said and done, Kawhi will be...
He could be number 2.
Yeah, but he's not better than Scottie Pippen, though.
Got to give him time. In my opinion, you got to give him time.
And
but Paul George?
Paul George is a decent defender.
He's league average, in my opinion.
He can cover 1 through 4. Like
he's not guarding point or power forwards, dog.
Yeah, you're right, because AD would eat him up.
AD would shoot
Put him in
up.
the post, AD would eat him up.
I'm just saying that doesn't even make sense, Ryan Hollins. What were you thinking?
You don't.
And the
you don't
last,
think?
I want to see your opinion on this. He said, point guard is the most important position if you want to win an NBA title. Point guard
in today's NBA,
all of them.
I don't know.
He said, without a point guard, you can't win an NBA title.
I mean, no, because you just need a facilitator.
He said, point guard. You need,
like for instance. Miami didn't have a point guard,
right?
But they won.
But you know what they did have was a dominant wing player like LeBron, or maybe like a what's that guy in Chicago? Michael Jordan.
Yeah, tell me more about Steve Kerr, B.J. Armstrong,
Kobe.
Derek Fisher
was not
was the best he ever had, and that was it.
But Derek Fisher. He basically said if your point guard's not elite, you can't win an NBA title.
He's high. Where do you put Tony Parker at?
On what?
Exactly. On the best point guards of all time list.
75th?
Yeah.
That was aggressive.
Wow.
That was aggressive. My bad.
I'm kind of angry that you literally just was like, 75. Man. Like you have a whole list you just got in your head and you're like, 75.
Point guard.
No,
you need
hold on, I'm thinking of other championship teams.
Do you really want me to go down the list?
No, I'm thinking like off the top of my head. Yeah, Bulls, Lakers.
Was Steph Curry the best player in his last 2 championship teams?
No.
How about this year? Who was the best player on the court?
Kawhi Leonard.
Was it Kyle Lowry?
No.
He literally used Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet as an example.
Exactly.
No. He used him as an example for him.
Oh, did it? Okay.
He's an idiot.
No, he's an idiot. Apparently, you don't know what an elite point guard looks like.
He doesn't make me angry the way Skip Bayless does, because Skip Bayless says stuff purposely to make you angry.
Yeah,
House is just an idiot.
He's just stupid.
So like I said, I've got some...
It's probably why you were the 12th man, because you barely found your way to the stadium every day.
You should go watch some of the segments with him and Max. They chew each other up, and it's hilarious, by the way.
Kellerman don't bother me none, but this dude's an idiot.
He's so stupid. Anyway, okay, so we're done with basketball.
Okay.
We're going to try not to talk about basketball anymore. Let's talk about the NFL. So...
We talk about Tyreek Hill.
The rest of my...
topics?
The rest of my topics are all NFL football related.
Let's talk about Tyreek Hill.
You want to start with Tyreek Hill?
Told me you were school me.
I'm definitely going to school you. So, go ahead and tell the people what you think about Tyreek Hill. Not being suspended.
I definitely think he should have been suspended.
Why is that?
The whole recording, right?
The recording of what?
Him telling him he's going to beat his girlfriend's ass.
He did not ever say those words, but that's fine.
But he was implied.
He said you should be scared of me. Yeah. I 100% heard it.
Well, what man's going to say that?
That's the same girl he got accused of beating in college. Why he didn't go to the combine and why he got drafted in the 4th round. Yeah. How about this?
He's also the same guy that beat his son too, right?
Did he? Is he the one who broke his kid's arm?
Is he?
No. That's why he wasn't convicted. So come to find out that...
Hold on, you're really about to school me, huh?
Oh yeah. So come to find out...
Let me turn my head around.
He's about to take this, folks. Hold on. So come to find out, first of all, the doctors didn't... who looked at the kid said it wasn't a break that happened because somebody broke it. It happened over time. Like maybe they were roughhousing and he fell a couple times or something. It is not something that somebody broke his arm. It was an accidental break.
Okay.
The rest of the recording, the girl says, I know you wouldn't hurt our kid, but I said that so that you would get in trouble. She literally did it on purpose. She put that shit out there. He never did it, first of all.
Okay.
The stuff in college, he came out and said in the interviews, like when he was being investigated for this, he said, I didn't actually ever do that. I pled guilty so that I would still have a chance at the NFL. So I had a plea deal, so I would still have a chance.
Okay.
He's, according to what has been found, he actually hasn't done anything wrong, and he definitely shouldn't have been suspended because his girlfriend lied about it.
Whoa, is it still his girlfriend?
Yes.
He's an idiot.
Yes. But, I mean, if you think about it like this, so she came out and admitted...
She's literally single-handedly trying to cost you everything.
And she came out and admitted it because I think she realizes if Tyreek Hill gets thrown out of the NFL, she doesn't have any more money.
Then why'd you say anything in the first place?
Because she was trying to hurt him. Maybe she was trying to get the divorce settlement or something.
They're not married.
I don't know.
You're not entitled to anything.
Child support?
You're still not entitled to anything.
You're entitled to child support.
Yeah, but shouldn't be. The kid should go live with him since you're a lying, conniving... I apologize. I thought...
Yeah. And I thought the same thing. When I first
the track
started,
record doesn't speak well for him. So.
No, and on the optics, when you first see it, you're like, damn, that's...
Especially since it's the same woman that you got accused of hitting and pled guilty to, naturally your instincts are going to go, okay.
I thought the same thing.
Plus, I'm not going to lie, ever since that Ray Rice thing, I just automatically assume it's true.
Yep.
And I'm guilty of it.
And Kareem Hunt had a video where he kicked the girl while she was down.
Yeah, but no one
First of all, if you've seen the video, it was half-assed.
And no one even knows what happened before that. It's like that poor kid that got kicked out of Florida State. I can never remember what... He was on Last Chance U, if you've ever seen it on the Netflix show.
Never seen it.
It's a pretty decent show.
Yeah?
It's pretty decent. If you like football, it's pretty decent.
Speaking of pretty decent shows.
It's pretty much what happens to kids that get kicked out of college for being shit. They go to JUCO.
Okay.
And it's the one JUCO school that always wins all the titles.
Ah, okay.
The kid got kicked out for slapping this girl in the face. Like, hard.
Yeah.
Like, floored her hard. But she flat out just straight to a white woman, straight to his face.
Called him
John Franklin III. If you look him up, John Franklin III.
Real close.
Sorry, John Franklin III. Yeah, and he was a beast on that team.
So I 100%. The NFL actually got it right. He should not have been suspended. I'm glad they did their due diligence and made sure to find out. Well,
they
what
have
really
to.
Happened.
Remember what happened with that Ray Rice stuff?
Yeah,
they have to cover their ass down.
Speaking of women getting hit hard, and I don't want to talk about the subject obviously because I don't. There are very few cases where a man should hit a woman. But
the older I get, the more I realize it's not black and white.
It is not black and white. And I have the same... I've grown...
The older you get, the more you realize...
I've grown to see that.
Because when you're 17, 18, you're like, no, there's never a reason. And then you start hearing some of the things that women say, and you're like,
so
why did it take you so long?
You know Joe Mixon, right?
Yeah,
running back for Cincinnati? Yeah. Did you ever see the video of him in college?
Mm-mm.
Bro, when I tell you I've never seen somebody get hit this hard, ever, I mean that. I mean that. So I guess what happened was, so Joe Mixon was 100% in the wrong. He got suspended. He's done his time. He's had no issue since. He was a young kid.
That's why he didn't get drafted high, right?
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was, he was talking to, there was a girl outside, and she was with her friend who's gay. He was making fun of the gay guy, which he should not have been doing and is wrong.
Wrong, 100%.
And so they went inside a restaurant. He followed them inside.
So he's still in the wrong.
He's still in the wrong. But the I guess there was some beef going on. Like obviously he was making fun of him, but there was some problem. They were arguing.
There's a quote unquote reason why he was talking
right.
smack.
Well, the girl put hands on him. She like shoved him and got in his face and was calling him the N-word and stuff. He hit her with a hook so hard. I'm impressed she got up. He hit her so hard. And he went to jail and did his time and got suspended. But speaking of people getting hit hard, if you don't, if you have a weak stomach, I wouldn't suggest watching it, but it's one of the hardest
if you have a
punches.
weak stomach, don't go watch that John Franklin III video either.
It's bad. But anyway, enough
when
about
I watched
that.
It, I was like, oh!
We're going to talk about more fun stuff.
But I do like when you hear the full story. Because
Yeah.
if you take it on face value, it's just a man hitting a woman. But when you actually break it down, it's different.
It can be different for sure. So, now we're going to talk about lighter subjects. The NFL has suggested an 18 game.
No, I hate it. Don't even finish. I hate it. Stupid.
Which part?
The 18-game regular season is stupid.
Did you read the whole quote?
No, I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
This is Jerry Jones trying to get more money. That's all it is.
How about for our audience who may not have heard?
Go ahead.
The NFL has suggested...
If you don't think it's dumb, don't watch football.
The NFL has suggested an 18-game schedule, but players can only play a maximum of 16 games.
Then what's the point? You're going to watch... You like the Bears, right?
Yeah.
You're going to watch the 2 games that Khalil Mack has to sit out?
It's strategy.
No, it's stupid is what it is. You know what? It's strategically meant to get you more money. That's all they... You know why? Because no one goes to preseason games. And you know why? Because the preseason's too long. No one gives a shit.
So if they take 2 preseason games away and put them at the end of it...
No, just take 2 preseason games away. 2 preseason games. That's all you need. What more do you see in 4 than you see in 2?
I kind of like the idea.
No, I think it's stupid. What's the point? What's the point? Now, because now all the records that you have don't matter anymore.
Because you can get
you
have 2 more, but you can only play 16.
So what's the punishment if your quarterback trots out there and plays the 17th?
I don't know.
You're gonna throw a flag at the beginning of every
play.
It's
It's to bring
who suggested it?
I don't know.
Probably Jerry Jones. The same guy that's been trying to get an 18-game regular season this whole time. It's all because all these owners see his money. Because no one pays to go see preseason games, but they'll go pay to see regular season games because they matter. Stop trying to make the NFL season that's already long enough too long. So you're going to start the year earlier?
I don't know.
Or you're going to have the Super Bowl?
Doug, I don't know, man.
You're going to have the Super Bowl in March.
Suggestion.
It's a stupid suggestion.
Well,
it's the same. They asked that shit to Ray Lewis when Ray Lewis was still playing. He's like, it's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea.
So for the first time, I will concede. You have destroyed me in this conversation.
No, it's not. I don't mean to bulldoze over you.
No, but you did. I've got nothing. I got no arguments.
Look at it. Like no one's gonna.
Okay,
I'm gonna pay tickets to go watch a Bears game. But one of the reasons that I'm gonna go watch a Bears game, he's not playing. I'm not going.
That's fair.
You're gonna go watch a Bears game at home and Khalil Mack's not playing? Well, fuck you.
That's aggressive, but correct.
Although, if you're a Bears fan, he's not gonna play road games. Let's be honest.
Yeah, 2 road games.
If you're week 13 and you're week 18 are on the road, Khalil Mack's not going to play.
There you go.
But it's stupid though, because you're
changed my opinion.
Now you're approaching NBA territory where, but they made that rule where you can't sit your stars all the time.
Yeah.
Because now you got guys coming to see LeBron, and it's like remember a couple years ago when we went and watched in the Pacers game. Yeah. Imagine what would have happened. If LeBron didn't play,
sad.
They announced the starting lineups. You look at me, and we leave.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
it's not even a question. That's exactly what happens.
You're right,
and that's exactly what would happen in this instance. I get what they're trying to do, but I also see right through it, and I realize it's just about money.
You know what? I fully concede. You are correct.
And if you guys think I'm wrong, then argue with it. But I get it.
I thought the strategy aspect sounded cool. Like, you have to decide when to sit Tom Brady and stuff. No. But you're right.
Then he's not going to play week 1 and week 2, and then you got him the rest of the year.
All right, well...
you know what I mean? Like
no, you're right.
You can bounce back from an 0-2 start. But if it's like you're not sitting in week 17 if you need a win.
So, there's that.
Or what if, like, let's see. Let's look at like a on the precipice of making the playoffs type. So say Cam Newton has played all 16 games 1 through 16 because you needed him to play all through 1/16, and now the last 2 games they're not going to make the playoffs because he had to play 1 through 16.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about bye weeks? So now it's going to be a 19-week year. When do they have a bye week? So then realistically they're only playing 17 games.
There's going to be a bye.
See, I'm punching holes through these stupid
You've dominated
things.
for sure. No, here's where you're. Look. You have fully... I got nothing. I can't even argue because you're right. I can't argue any of it. I thought I had good ideas, and you've kicked all of them out the door.
I just think it's there's so many holes that you can punch right through it.
God,
it's literally like having... like, people want to shorten the MLB season, which you could literally cut off October, late September games and early March games. I understand that, but... it's not going to do you any good.
So here's something we can actually argue about, because I had nothing for you. Let's talk about Madden ratings.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to
bulldoze
you in that one.
This is what's supposed to happen. Okay, we're supposed to argue. And
I'm just happy that I finally won one.
You've lost a handful.
No, I haven't. Not a handful. That's the only one I won.
So look, let's talk about Madden ratings. So the Madden ratings came out this last week, and they put out their top 10 quarterbacks and their top 10 running backs, and somebody's mad because Patrick Mahomes is the highest rated quarterback in Madden.
And the only reason that he's because he's on the cover. They do that every year.
Do they?
Every year. No.
They can definitely hear that, by the way.
Oh,
I left it in last week. Anyway, so he is not only a 97 overall because of he's on the cover.
I'm not saying the guy's not good. I'm saying he's not.
What did you say?
He's not 97 good.
You said he should be what?
Like 89.
That is
no
bullshit.
And you want to know why?
Yeah, sure. I'll wait.
Because he hasn't done the sophomore slump yet.
Every
quarterback in the NFL has had the sophomore slump.
Really?
All of them.
Sure. You know that was his second year.
Second year in the league. Not
sure.
Second year. Starting.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Let's see what he does this year.
Did Aaron Rodgers have a
I'll tell you what.
How long did Aaron Rodgers sit for? 3 years? Did he have a sophomore slump his 5th season in the NFL? No, shut up.
Okay, that's different.
No, it's not.
He sat behind Brett Favre.
So?
Who's Patty Mahomes behind?
Don't call him Patty.
Who's Patrick Mahomes behind?
Alex Smith.
Okay.
He also has one of the best offensive coaches ever.
Yeah, but he's not going to win a Super Bowl.
He is.
How many Super Bowls does Andy Reid have?
He is one defensive lineman offsides from going to the Super Bowl this year.
And they wouldn't have won.
They definitely wouldn't.
They're going to beat the Rams?
Yes.
No.
Did you see the Rams game plan against the Patriots?
Okay, they had Bill Belichick. You're going to tell me Andy Reid's as good as Bill Belichick?
No, I'm saying they didn't have Todd Gurley.
Yeah, all right. Well, still, I don't think.
You're using bias. Patrick Mahomes came in through 50 touchdowns, third most all time.
I'm not taking anything away from the kid.
He's got unbelievable arm talent.
He's overrated in Madden. That's all I'm going to say.
There's
no way. He's not better than Aaron Rodgers. You're going to take Patrick Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers?
10 times out of 10.
You're high.
Did you watch football last year? Are you really doing this? Did you watch football last year? Aaron Rodgers led the league. You know he threw 2 interceptions. That's a great year. He led the league by 75 throws of throwaway balls. 75 throwaways.
I didn't know that.
He's injury prone. He's 35 years old.
I don't really like Aaron Rodgers either. I don't know why I picked him.
Your best argument was this. Would you pick Patrick Mahomes over Russell Wilson?
No.
That's your best argument.
You know why?
I still would.
You know why?
Why?
Because Russ has a Super Bowl.
Oh, he was carried by his defense, but it's cool.
Not carried. Come on now.
His defense held Peyton Manning to 3 points.
You make him sound like Trent Dilfer when he played for the Ravens.
Okay, it is not quite that bad. But Russell Wilson is a fantastic
has been playing
quarterback.
with a trash offense since he's been there.
I am not arguing that Russell Wilson is not a
Not
good
to
quarterback.
mention he would have 2 Super Bowl rings. But what they do on the 1-yard line.
That's Pete Carroll.
Can we?
No, we can't.
Let's talk about this real quick. This man threw the ball with beast mode in the background.
In his defense...
No, there's no defense, son! There's no defense! I'm running the ball on 4th and goal on the 1-yard line with beast mode.
In his defense, and I will argue defense just because somebody has to, everybody in the entire universe knew the ball was going to beast mode. So you do the one thing they're not expecting.
Throw an interception on the 1-yard line. You're right. No one was expecting that. That whole throw made Malcolm Butler's career.
Yeah, it really did. It really
did.
And
it undeservedly so. Yeah, he jumped the pass, but it was a terrible throw.
It wasn't.
It was.
It was a good.
It was right to him. It was right to him. It was right to him.
You don't know anything about defense. It's fine.
You're right.
Anyway,
I don't.
Anyway,
sure.
I will give you. I agree. Patrick Mahomes is overrated. He should be about a 94, 95.
93. I don't think he deserves to be over Russell Wilson, dog.
But he is more talented than Russell Wilson. The Madden ratings are based on talent.
Based on what?
Talent.
No, based on what? How is he better than Russell Wilson? Sure, he has an incredible arm. I'll give you that.
Statistically.
So the stats matter?
Yes.
You want to go here?
They literally matter.
So James Harden's the best scorer in the NBA ever.
We are not talking about basketball. We are talking about Madden ratings and why they're rated the way they are.
Stats on everything.
Madden
ratings, in a perfect system.
Madden ratings are based on
What did he do without Kareem Hunt? Because I'm pretty sure that offense took a hit when Kareem Hunt left.
Madden overall ratings are based on ability.
So they've never gotten it wrong.
Tell me where Russell Wilson, ability-wise, is better than Patrick Mahomes. Mobility. That's it.
Yep.
Okay. That does not... I'm not saying Russell Wilson's not good. I agree. Russell Wilson should be a 94.
But Russell
Patrick
Wilson's
Mahomes should
been
at least
doing
be
it
a
for
94.
longer and more consistently. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take it away from him.
But you can't take it away from him. You can't. He's an MVP.
Look, let's have this conversation again week 8.
Fine.
Halfway through the year.
Speaking of,
me
and Mo got a bet.
We'll talk about it.
We got $100 bet, okay?
Oh.
Mo, hold on, let me look this up.
100?
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
I don't go above 5.
He is a buffoon.
Stingy. Mainly because I got to answer to my wife. Speaking of which, what's my wife's birthday today?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hold on, where is this at?
But if I try to make a $100 bet, you know what's going to happen? I'm gonna die.
He says by week 4, Patrick Mahomes, they'll update the ratings and he'll be below a 93.
I don't want that by week 4.
By week 4, below a 93. Do you know what happens early in the year? Did you know week 1 he threw 6 touchdowns against the Steelers?
He is going to have Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. And their schedule is not that good at the beginning of the year. He's saying by week 4 he's going to play so bad he's going to lose 4 overall.
You bet $100 on that.
Yeah. Because I'm that confident.
That's grassroots. Who threw 100 out? Was it you or was
Him.
it him? Come on now.
Anyway,
gamblers.
so yeah, no, I'm just that was super. And okay, so you don't like that Patrick Mahomes is rated really high because he had one good year.
One good year.
Saquon Barkley is a 91 overall.
I think that's too high too.
But how come you're not bitching about that?
Because it's not 97 overall.
But okay, so if
I'm looking
Mahomes,
at this. I'm looking at this from a non-Chiefs, non-Chiefs Madden player.
I'm not a Chief Madden player.
Everyone's gonna be the Chiefs now.
So
it's gonna get annoying because you got a guy who's literally you're gonna run a fly route with Tyreek Hill and you're just gonna throw it as far as you can, just like he does in real life.
Who am I gonna play in Madden?
I don't know. Who are you?
The Ravens. You know why? Because
Jackson.
I love Lamar Jackson. You know what his rating is? 77.
I don't really like what they're doing this year. You know what they're doing? They're panicking. Because everyone hates EA.
And they're playing 2K.
Rightfully so, because EA is a trash company.
That's true.
They tried
Dog, do you want me to get you a snack?
No, dog. They renamed... tried to rename loot boxes as, what was it? Surprise...
Something. So, because if you... Sorry, my brain stopped.
You're right.
There's a commission, a gaming commission... that is taking a stand against loot boxes and stuff because it's gambling.
It is gambling.
Kind of, yeah.
No, it's absolutely gambling.
But I don't care.
You lose way more than you win.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't care. I don't play any of those games that you buy loot boxes. And even if I did, I don't buy loot boxes. Tell me Ultimate Team would be so much more fun if you played that game and you knew you weren't playing against people that were literally paying to win.
No, but I don't...
Those YouTubers... At least you can respect the YouTubers because they're taking the money that they're making from those videos and using it for that.
Yeah.
Me and you aren't doing that.
No, I agree.
They want us to spend $60 on this game and then an additional more money.
You are 100% correct. I don't play Ultimate Team.
But that's not the only reason why I hate EA. I hate EA because they buy all these gaming publishers.
Yeah.
And then shut them down.
Yeah.
So they're like, we know we can't out-produce you, outsell you, outclass you. So we'll just buy you and then...
No, I agree. EA is a trash company. And you know what? I just found out... Dude, you know Madden 20 comes out in 2 weeks?
And I'm not buying it.
I'm probably not going to buy it. And it'll be the first Madden game I don't buy opening day in 19 years.
And I don't know if it was because we were in that league and you know, they just got fed up. But
I mean,
2K,
give me a couple weeks of watching
honest,
football
NBA,
and I want to play it. But.
NBA 2K is so much better in a franchise mode.
And see, that's the thing I play the most is franchise mode. Mostly because I don't like to get my ass kicked over and over because I break shit when I get angry. So, So I don't want to play online because I know I'm going to get mad.
But it's not funny to me. It's not fun to me. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. And my brother, me and my brother talked about this. And he even said back in the day, I've always been like this. I like to take a team, build them the way I want, and go from there. You can't do that playing online. It's literally, here, take this team. I'm not that, and I'm not good like that.
I'm not good either.
I'm not good where I can just take any old random team. No, I have to build them the way I want. I gotta build my defense. I gotta put people in positions to where I know that this is good. And I'm not talking about I go out and get all the best people. I literally, okay, this is the corner that I want. Okay, First of all, that was a different reality. So we had a franchise, an online franchise where we didn't have salary cap, and that was when Madden's trade system was broken, and I could just scoop up anybody I wanted. That doesn't count. That was fun.
So you talk about let's talk just the defensive line, okay? Khalil Mack, J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Jadeveon Clowney. Was that your other one?
No, I had another gross end though. I don't remember who it was.
He had four of the best defensive ends.
But you're the reason I went out and got that. That was your fault.
What?
You played with the Cowboys. You had that gross offensive line.
Because I had the best offensive line in Zeke.
You beat me in the playoffs.
Once. I've only beat you once.
And I got mad that you were running the ball down my throat, so then I acted accordingly.
Speaking of running the ball down your throat, so you guys don't care about this. I just want this story to be recorded, right? So we were in a Madden league in Madden 19. The people we played with were so
That's
bad.
another reason why I don't want to buy it, because I know they're going to want to do a league, and I don't want to do. I don't want to
play with them. But anyway, one of the guys we played against is so terrible.
The three of them are like that.
Well, yes, but the Oat, I think.
Yeah.
He played the Panthers, right? I didn't care about it was a playoff game.
It's one of those. It's literally one of those things where you just want to get the game over.
Right.
I want to preference that before you.
Yeah, I just want to get the game over with.
It's not fun to play them
because they complain, they restart,
they claim you cheat. Like it's all kinds of other.
They were just really annoying. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to play this guy, and I'm like, I don't want to play this game. I'm just gonna get over with. I decided I wasn't going to throw the ball because when you throw the ball, the clock can potentially stop. I beat him never throwing the ball. I ran the ball 33 times. That's it.
Did he have like 300 yards or something?
Yeah, Zeke had 175. My quarterback had like 100. My backup running back had 100. I just kept running the ball. And he said something in the group chat after the game. He was like, no, I didn't even think you threw the ball. I was like, nah, I ran the ball 33 times straight. Anyway,
this is also the same guy that literally runs like 3 plays on offense.
We don't need to bitch about Madden. Anyway,
no, I mean that's what we are doing. No, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I just 97. That's really high, dude. That's really high. I don't think I would have been as mad if it had been like 93, 94, but 97 because he's your cover athlete.
It's not,
and because he's your MVP.
Okay, so how about
I'm
this?
not taking it away. He had a crazy year.
It's based off of ability, like I said.
Yeah.
Tell me. What abilities does Tom Brady have that justifies him getting a 96?
6 championships.
That is not an ability.
Yeah, it is.
That is not an ability to run, to throw.
It's the ability to go out there and win titles. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm making shit up. I'm not saying Tom Brady doesn't belong.
Again, what does Tom Brady do better than Patrick Mahomes?
Watch a Patriots game. The only thing Tom Brady's the best at is checking down.
I know. That's why I will go to my grave saying he's not that great a quarterback.
I don't even remember the last time I seen Tom Brady throw the ball farther than 10 yards.
I saw it.
And it was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was when they had Josh Gordon. He tried to throw a ball up. It was a freaking mallard. Anyway, so here's...
He doesn't have any arm strength left.
Here's a...
1,000.
Oh, here. Okay, so I got a trivia question. I want to know, people, please answer the question before listening to the rest and tell me if you got the question right. So... There have only been 2 rookie quarterbacks drafted first overall to win Rookie of the Year. Out of all the quarterbacks who've been drafted first, only 2 have won Rookie of the Year. Can you name them? I got 1.
I don't know if I could name either.
You can't. You have to be able to name
Andrew
one.
Luck? No. He didn't win Rookie of the Year.
No, he didn't. RG3 did.
No, a lot of good that did him.
Shut up.
Where's he at now? Buried in the bench in Baltimore.
He's his backup. First of all, not buried. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, who's his backup? I'll wait.
What
team did I just? What team did I just tell you I'm going to play? And no, you
Baltimore.
wouldn't.
I'll trot out a running back and it'll be just as good. Because as soon as RG3 runs the ball, he's going to tear something and he's going to be out the rest of the year. Now you're down 2 quarterbacks.
Hey, now, don't you remember?
Remember what he did in
Madden game?
You remember?
I was the Dolphins and I signed him and I optioned you for a 75-yard touchdown run with RG3.
You want to go there? Remember what I used to do to you with Johnny Manziel?
We didn't play when you had Manziel, but I saw the stats you put up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, who? Give me 2. You got to give me 2.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know the draft like that.
You can't get 1.
I don't know the draft like
Cam Newton. He threw for like 4,500 yards his rookie year.
A lot of good that did him. And they dumbed down the offense for him so much we had to make one read the whole time.
And he still put up numbers.
Yeah, well,
and he still won an MVP. And he still went to the Super Bowl.
And he still choked it up in the Super Bowl.
He sure did. All right. The second quarterback, Sam Bradford, the year before.
In all honesty, I thought Sam Bradford, but I was like, no, that's going to sound dumb.
You guessed Sam Bradford before Cam Newton?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Well, I don't like either one of them, so it's fine.
Anyway,
I used to be a big Cam Newton fan until I saw him stink it up in the Super Bowl.
The one I got was Cam. I got Cam Newton. I didn't get Sam Bradford. And I don't think any of you will. Unless you're got more trivia than I do, which is impressive. So
they got Google. They can lie.
Here's a little bit of college football. I don't have a ton of college football, just a little bit. So they added a rule, okay? If you do the hook 'em horns down, you get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That's stupid.
Yep.
Just one school, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Why?
Because Texas is great, I guess.
Because Texas got the feeling to it.
Yeah. They were mad because people
win a Big 12 title for once.
Bruh. I just couldn't believe I read that.
That's one of those universities I never really liked. Texas.
If you do the hook 'em horns down, 15-yard penalty.
I'll do it every time.
Go ahead and digest that.
I'll do it all game.
So back to the NFL. I've got about 4 things left. So Melvin Gordon is sitting out until he gets a new deal. He has 1 year left on his deal. He wants to get paid or traded. That's fine. He's a solid NFL running back, probably top 10.
I'll trade him.
I agree.
Only because...
But here's my problem with that. If you trade him, and your backup running back is obviously not going to be as good,
no.
How do you protect Phillip Rivers?
You don't. You just let Phillip Rivers go out there and just heave-ho with his ugly throwing style. Who cares?
I think Melvin Gordon is a big assist.
It's not like the Chargers are Melvin Gordon away from winning a title.
I think he gives you better chances.
I think that you trade him. I don't know.
If you can get good stuff back from him, I agree.
With or without him, you're not winning a championship. Not while Phillip Rivers is your quarterback.
That's blasphemous. The only thing he's good at is making kids. Hey, all right.
He's got a football team in his house.
So Zeke also said he's going to sit out unless he gets a new deal, and he has 2 years left on his deal. Do you think they should trade Zeke?
Yep.
That is insane.
Behind that offensive line, tell me more about Darren McFadden.
That offensive line isn't the same.
Or
Travis Frederick didn't play last year.
Who was before Darren McFadden? The dude that they traded to Philly.
Murray.
Thank you. What happened to him?
Anyway.
Well, he was a product of a shit Chip Kelly offense. He didn't even use... You spent all that money to get DeMarco Murray, and then you didn't even use him right.
Okay, but anyway.
But then he went to Tennessee, and what did he do in Tennessee?
He did decent in Tennessee.
Dog, you could run for 1,000 yards behind that offensive line. And you're not even a running back.
I don't like the way you said that, dog. I definitely could have. I would have been juking people out.
No, dog, you're a wide receiver. Face facts.
All right, well. I considered changing to running back. But then the running back we had was 6'2", amazing. He was all-state. I was like, maybe I'll just stick to receiver.
No.
Anyway.
I'm not going to be a diversion while you get the ball.
So Zeke wants to sit out. I think if you trade Ezekiel Elliott,
Dak
Prescott is going to go in the shitter.
You're not going to trade Zeke. But, and in all honesty... I wouldn't trade him.
Chris Carter, I think, had a good take. He said, I personally think Zeke isn't saying, he's saying it, but he's not meaning it. He's going to show up and do all the things he's supposed to do because he's under contract. But he's saying, don't give too much money to Dak and Amari Cooper, and don't save any money for me.
I hate it because I know they're going to overpay Dak Prescott.
They are going to pay him
more. They're going to pay him 30
more.
Yeah, they're going to pay him $30 million a year.
If he's smart.
I hate that quarterbacks keep taking these deals. I know you don't like him, but the way Tom Brady does it is so much smarter than everybody
100%.
else.
I totally back him for that. That's awesome.
The difference between Tom Brady money and this money is that now you're making double what Tom Brady's making, but at the same time, you're not anywhere near...
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, so the $15 million extra, I don't know how much Tom Brady makes, like 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere, between 15 and 20 million a year. You're getting $30 million a year.
Yeah.
That's $15 million you could be spending on other assets.
Like, so if they pay...
Like that trash Cowboys defense.
Trash?
Yeah, that's secondary. Tell me more about that secondary.
Who needs a secondary when your front seven is that good?
When you play teams like the Saints, the Aints,
they won a playoff game.
Who?
The Cowboys.
Did you just say a playoff game?
Yeah.
where were they at the next round?
They lost.
Okay, so you can win a playoff game all you want to.
They lost by a field goal to the Rams.
I'm saying...
Who went?
$15 million worth of money that you're
I 100% agree. Dak should say, give me 21 up here. Sorry about that. So, like I said, I think Dak should take, 20, $21 million, something like that. Then the rest of that money can go to that amazing defense they got going on, and you can still pay Zeke and Amari Cooper.
I think no. What they need to do is Dak, Amari, and Zeke need to sit down. They need to all come to an agreement and say, what would it take? Because if Dak's smart, he wants to keep them too, right?
He said he's not taking a pay cut. He wants all of it.
He's stupid.
I agree.
But if I'm Dak...
But you know what the problem is? Do you know Dak is short for Dakota?
I was going to say his name is Dak.
You didn't know that. His Dakota.
I think you have told me that. And
because it's
go by Dak.
Crazy.
So, if I'm Dak, what I do is, I'm going, all right, Amari, how much,
I don't know.
On his deal, how many years, do you know?
This is...
Amari's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Amari and Dak are in the contract year.
Yeah.
And this is the best receiver you've had...
Ever.
I mean, not to take anything away from Dez, but by the time Dak got there...
Dez was on the downside, for sure.
So then, and Zeke, I mean, come on, what's a good running back?
Zeke is a great.
You know what I mean? Like a good running back, it only makes a quarterback better. So I'm sitting them two down. I'm like, all right, what would it take to keep you guys here?
Yeah.
And then whatever's left, I KD it up.
Yeah.
Whatever's left, I'll take the rest. I'm serious. Okay, the difference between $15 million and $30 million is a lot. It's double. You still have $15 million.
Oh, for sure.
It's not like, oh man, how am I going to afford my rent this month?
But if they put a $30 million check in front of you,
no, and I'm not. If they hand it to Dak, by all means, take it, Dak. But I'm saying if
he shouldn't,
I wouldn't. It's stupid.
I agree. I wouldn't either.
I don't even like the way the 49ers paid Jimmy G. I hate that.
Your running back was the highest paid in the NFL for like a week too. Jarek McKinnon or
McKinnon.
Anyway, so my next thing here, I got a story. So Jamarcus Russell, there are a couple Jamarcus Russell stories. If you don't remember him,
is he switching to offensive lineman like he should?
No, I don't know if you guys remember him, but he was the number 1 overall pick in 2007.
The first overall pick in NFL history.
Correct, by the Raiders. So the Raiders had this thing they would do. A lot of teams do. Your rookies have to do something. You know, team bonding type shit.
No, but they make the rookies their bitch. Why don't you just say that?
Kind of, yeah.
No, not kind of.
Anyway, so they would do like talent shows, like a skit or something.
Okay.
The rookies had to come up and perform. Well, Jamarcus Russell held out that year and missed the rookies doing that for training camp. So when he showed up, they were like, "You still got to do it." So he comes in for his thing. He's got a duffel bag. He pulls out $5,000 in ones and just makes it rain on everybody.
Fair enough. But he does have a talent, though. All he had to do was drop to his knees and throw the ball 60 yards.
Yeah.
That's all I would have done. Hey, remember I could do this?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that you showed up to training camp looking like an offensive lineman.
This guy, he was over 300 pounds when he showed up.
He was a big man, but that's too big.
The guy who was telling this story was like, I was just picking up all the money. I got like $120. He said I got a haircut out of it. I didn't even see what the coaches were doing. So I thought that was really funny. The other story this guy told was, so the coach, Monday, Tuesday, they're putting in the game plan. Coach comes up and says, Jamarcus, I got this, it's a DVD. I got 20 plays on here I want you to look at. These are what I think are going to be our best, so they're suited to you. Let me watch these. Come back in a couple days. Let me know what you think, and we'll start working on the ones you like best.
We haven't talked about this on the podcast?
No. And so, anyway, the guy, Jamarcus comes back the next day or a couple days later, and the coach is like, so, what'd you think of those plays? And Jamarcus says, oh, they're all good. I like them all. And the coach is like, so you don't have like a couple you want to run? He's like, no, I can do anything, coach. I'm good. I can run anything. Yeah, they gave him a blank disc.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, the coach didn't put anything on there, and he just came in and lied and said that he was ready to run anything.
What an idiot.
Which I think is quite funny. So
Why wouldn't you take that job seriously? Well, because you already got your money.
And talent. He thought he could get by on his talent.
What talent?
We just said he could throw the ball 60 yards.
Okay, could he throw it accurately?
No.
Okay, then what's it matter?
He still shouldn't have been drafted ahead of Brady Quinn.
No, he shouldn't have.
Brady Quinn went 22nd to the Browns, to a coach that didn't like him.
And what did he do with his career? Do you know why? What school did he go to? Name one good, besides Joe Montana, name one good quarterback that went to Notre Dame.
I'm not. I don't.
No, yeah, because there aren't
any. He played for Seattle.
Rick Meyer.
Yeah,
he was trash.
Garbage. He was decent.
Yeah, Jimmy Clausen. Tell me more.
Shut up.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah. Brady Quinn got hosed though.
What did he get hosed for?
He went to the Browns.
And he had
Romeo Crennel didn't like him, and he had
why you know why he didn't like him?
Because
he sucked.
No. Then he went to. Were you gonna say he went to Denver and had an opportunity? You know who the coach was there? Romeo Crennel. And then the freaking week later, they got Peyton Manning.
How angry are you being Romeo Crennel? That you escape a quarterback you don't like just for the team to go, hey, we got this new guy, free agency, Brady Quinn. And you're Romeo Crennel, you're like, I quit.
Anyway.
There's another overrated coordinator.
So Colin Cowherd, we talk about him a lot. I personally love Colin Cowherd. He actually said something that I disagree with.
I mean, I don't always agree with him.
I know, but we haven't really talked negatively about him on this show.
Anybody can get it.
He said, so Baker Mayfield came out last week, and he said in an interview that the goal was he wanted to get revenge on Hugh Jackson, because after Hugh Jackson was fired, he went to the Bengals, and like the next week or whatever, and there was some animosity there, because the players are like, look, you're supposed to be our guy, and you go to the Bengals in division, at least wait a year, you know what I'm saying?
That was kind of super disrespectful.
Right, and so Baker was like, no, he wanted to get revenge on him. And Colin Cowherd said he wishes somebody else would have said it. He doesn't want his quarterback.
You just don't like Baker Mayfield.
He doesn't. But my thing is, that's the exact person I want saying that. He's the leader of the team.
Take something like that super personally. That's what I want you to do.
100%. And I don't love all of Baker's attitude. But in that regard, the way he galvanizes his teammates and
that's the reason why that right there is the reason why I like Baker.
Yeah, I like that he's got that himself.
He's got that Tim Tebow type where he's going to put the team on his back. He's going to take all responsibility for all the blame and take none of the praise. And that's what your quarterback's supposed to do.
I personally really like that.
Why it breaks my heart that Tim Tebow didn't get enough chances in the NFL.
It does.
He got hosed because they signed Peyton Manning. And I don't care what you say, that whole rumor of he didn't want to sit behind Peyton and all this nonsense. I think Elway didn't want there to be any question, so he was like, shipped him out. And then you had Rex Ryan, who was so fixed on the guy that he took that he wouldn't clearly give the better quarterback a chance. I don't care what you say about the Sanchez or whatever. He's a subpar quarterback at best.
I 100% agree. I always said Tim Tebow didn't get enough chances.
And then people begged him to change positions, which I was like, no, he's a quarterback. He can't play running back. He's too small.
He's big.
They wanted him to play tight end.
Yeah,
which is like
H-back.
Could you imagine changing from a quarterback to a tight end?
No.
I
agree. He should have played quarterback, and he did the right thing. I also agree that he should have got more chances.
He should have been starting quarterback for the Jets.
100%.
And he probably would still be starting for the Jets right now.
No, he would. I don't think he was that good. But all he did was win games. I can't talk shit. All he did was win.
Remember when he beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime on one play?
You mean Demaryius Thomas? Who did more on that play?
Who threw him the ball?
Doug. If you
it was Demaryius Thomas. But
he
still,
ran 75 yards and skipped off two guys.
It was a perfect throw, though. Shut up! Don't take this from Tim Tebow.
Look, Doug. All I'm saying is you can go throw a slant right now. Tebowing.
Yeah.
Okay, my last thing is
I'm a huge Tebow fan.
I love Tim Tebow. I got no beef with Tim Tebow. Okay,
I love Tebow.
My last topic for the week.
I wish he was.
So it keeps coming up. They're talking about who's gonna win, who's the favorite to win the NFC and stuff, and are the Saints still the favorite?
No,
I don't want to hear anybody talk shit about the Saints getting robbed. They did not get robbed.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Remember that pass interference call?
Oh no, the poor pass interference that didn't get called. First of all, if you look at it, it was not a well thrown ball, and pass interference is only thrown on catchable balls. First of all, second of all, they still had a chance on offense in regulation. Oh, and then it went to overtime. Drew Brees got the ball first, and then threw an interception, and then lost the game.
Here's the thing.
So what you're saying is half an hour after the so-called blown call, then you lose the game. Shut the fuck up.
If you want to go there, then Steve Bartman didn't have any fault in the reason that the Cubs lost that game when he reached down and caught that ball.
That is totally different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They had like 2 innings after that to win the game.
I did not know that.
And if you go look, Moises Alou was never going to catch that ball.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
But
the ball was up here. His glove was here. How do you figure? He wasn't going to catch that ball. Anyway. You know why? The Cubs needed a scapegoat.
No, the actual
because they were too busy.
Don't bring up
losing back
I'm
then.
talking about the Saints, Doug.
I'm just saying. You want to go there?
My thing
Steve Bartman almost died.
People try to. Yeah, he got a lot of death threats. What I'm saying is they did not get robbed. You had a full
Yeah,
overtime.
you can't blame one play. I hate when people do that.
They literally changed the rules because of that.
Yeah. And I don't really like that you can challenge penalties now.
That is utter trash. The Saints didn't get robbed. They lost the game because they couldn't nut up in overtime.
Here's the thing that I've heard people were talking about like Breeze, and they were saying that his arm looked tired at the end of last year, and
that's why they got Alvin Kamara.
I think this will be Breeze's last year.
I agree.
And the only reason that he's coming back is that Elway thing, where he thinks you could win again.
But freaking Mo, he said it's the same as Cleveland losing Game 1 against Golden State 2 years ago because J.R. Smith blew that shot and it sent to overtime. Here's why
it set a precedent. I guess you could. Is that what he's going for?
It set a tone or whatever, and it's hard to come back from. Here's why it's different: is because in the NFL, if you score a touchdown on your first possession, it's game over. The NBA, both teams keep getting to play.
I still think overtime should be changed to that in the NFL. Just play another quarter. But just like the NBA, you just play another quarter.
But it's a shortened quarter.
Yeah, still, just play another quarter. Not that whole. No, not that whole first one that scores. No, stupid. Especially, I do like that they changed it to where you can't just come out and kick a field goal, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That was so whack.
Yeah, I agree.
Like overtime is like, all right, so whoever wins, if they can get one decent pass play in, you know what I mean?
Right.
One chunk of yards, the game's over, and then you're just going to sit on it.
I'm just saying.
It's a good strategy, but it was boring.
I don't want to hear any more, the Saints got robbed. No, they didn't. No, they did not.
I think... Who cares about the NFC and AFC? That's the point of watching football. I don't really like making predictions in NFL because there's so many things that can happen over the course of a year. Injuries, one injury.
Didn't we just talk about leading the show? We're going to make a bunch of predictions?
Yeah, in the NFL, but I'm not going to take it seriously.
Oh, I am. I'm holding you to that shit.
Great. No, I'm not putting money on it. I know that.
No, we won't put any money. But anyway, so I think that's our episode. Yeah, you going to tell them hi?
This duo just became a trio.
Yeah, we got our third co-host here. This is Squish. Say hi.
She's like, nah.
She's shy this week. Anyway, we'll talk to you next week. Sorry about that. It cut out weird. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week, and thanks for listening.
Yep.
Later. You're supposed to say that.
Later.